Ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, we moved to Spotify, yo. But we on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Anchor, bro. I don't think I told y'all, but yep. Hope y'all enjoy, man. Nothing but a sweet, relaxing podcast to listen to.
Chegou a melhor parte do podcast. É hora de provar a melhor Coca-Cola. A Coca-Cola sem açúcar. O sabor irresistível da Coca-Cola, sem açúcar e igualmente refrescante. Coca-Cola sem açúcar. A melhor escolha.
Okay. One, checking. Okay. So we're going to talk about albums that dropped last night, right? Because when you got songs and albums. Okay, so the best album that I've heard, and I listen to Popcan's albums. The Popcan album, the what you call it album from that guy? Is it Limbo? Limbo, and what's it? Limbo. Oh, I'm looking on the baby. So we're looking at okay. So I'm looking at all of these albums, and I think the only album that stood up was probably Popcan, because what you call guy's album that was called Limbo, it kind of, when you got down there to like the fifth, I want to say it'd be like this. Double check real quick. I think, but I do think it is the. So with Popcan, the album got really dull. Maybe at like it had a few fillers which weren't great, but you got to Limbo. Limbo was Limbo was good until I want to say after Shimmy was good, but like Press Down, which song was good, and then you got Pillars. So that album was kind of good, and then it got weaker. But I like Limbo. It stood for the first couple songs, because there's only 14 songs, and the top 14 is the top, right? So that's understandable, because it's the time. So that's understandable why most of the songs don't hit. Blame on the baby. Okay, cool. The Pray for Love. Okay, so it's a deluxe album. It's not the original Pray for Love. Original Pray for Love, give it a 7.5. The deluxe is probably better, most likely. So get into the single song albums and the singles of singles, right? Okay. So All I Need was featuring Drake. That was on the Popcan album. It was great. It was good, but it wasn't great. I gave that like an even 5, because it wasn't too bad. The Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion song, which was called like WAP, which was put as exclusive on YouTube. So it was okay, but it's not like a song that I'm just like, does that replay value? No. If I prefer any song with the same topic of material, I'd rather it be like the Ico girl. Because she sung it, I think she would sing it like better. I'm just thinking where to start. So, the Lockdown remix, if we go by verse, they all got 6s. JID was a 7. J-Rock was a 6.6. Still 7. The Party Next Door song. Okay. The Rick Ross song that was called Pencil Cross. It had a normal Rick Ross type of vibe to it. It was like Future Bright with Bryson Tiller, but this did not have Bryson Tiller in it. It was still a good like chorus. The song overall, I liked it. It had like a few punchlines, like Entanglement. It had punchlines, and it was great. They weren't filler punchlines, but they were like, you know. So it worked. Not as good as I wanted the album. Not as good as the song I thought it was gonna be. You know, he threw a few shots at like a few celebrities. But that's understandable. That's how Rick Ross is. When he did Apple on My Eye, it was like kind of jabs, you know, or How to Become My Rivals, or, you know, these weren't albums where they were still kind of like petty, you know. I wouldn't say petty, but yeah, I probably would say petty. Okay, so I gave that a 8 out of 10, and y'all probably think, oh, the rest of these songs, and the rest of these songs did good. As I told y'all, the Cardi B song did a 1 out of 10. Just wasn't my type of vibe. You know, I'm not a fan of both of those, but I decided to give it some hope since it, you know, it was talking about the song, so I decided to give it some hope. Smile with Juice WRLD, R.I.P. Juice WRLD and The Weeknd. I liked the song. Okay, so the song was a 6.2. Well, actually a 5.2, but I'm bummed it's anyway, it's a 5.2, right? But it's because, like, Juice WRLD's part was great. He can't fix that up. You know, it's great. You know, I'm not gonna... Juice WRLD's part was great, so it's not like you need to fix it. But The Weeknd was like... Right, what song it is? It doesn't start... Give me a minute. It was... I'm so sorry. It was... I want to say Snow Child, where he wasn't singing like himself, but he could still sing, you know. It's like that kind of an album, which I do prefer from The Weeknd, but it's not, he wasn't like pressing his vocals, which is why I gave that song a 5.2, which is 6.2, but, the same thing with Twist and Turn. The Party Next Door feature was okay, the Drake feature was okay, so if I give it the Drake feature, what it's supposed to be, right, I give him a 3. Love Drake. But I give that, like, the song or a feature a 4. Party Next Door feature, I give it like a 4. Because it kind of goes with the beat. But Drake wasn't singing, like, as vocally, you know, or something. So it was like, cool, ad-libs. It was great, though. I mean, it was okay. The Popkins versus, I gave him, like, a 4. I liked the beat, and, you know, it was kind of catchy. So I gave him, like, a 4 out of 10. So overall, the album, I think I gave it like a 5, which isn't bad for an album. And cause I know I do great. Run my albums very hard. When it comes to albums, I know I'm not the gentlest when it comes to albums being like released. I know I'm not. Yeah, albums I know I'm not too nice on, and songs I know I'm personally hard on. So, okay, going back to Smile, because I just thought about it. When he was like, with fire, you know, he was like, with fire, and it just wasn't like The Weeknd, you know, he would like overdo it, like, with fire, and just hold the E, or, you know, just hold the R and the E, just fire, you know, just, you know, it's not that. And I do miss that from The Weeknd, but, that's that. 2 Chainz Lil Wayne song, I liked that, but it wasn't like it was like it was more like just like it was more like a club song. That's how I personally felt about the song. Um, yeah, but that's how I personally felt about the song. It wasn't really anything like you know, it wasn't like wow, he did that. That's crazy. Um, and I think that does in all these songs because Rude by JID and Charlie Wilson was great. And then when I go down that Limbo album, the first six songs are powerful, but it's like you get to like Riri and the album just kind of like falls, bro. It just like no momentum in each song. It's just like a filler. Well, not really filler, but it's just like trying to build it back up. I like Charlie Wilson chorus, JID verse, both of his verses. I liked both of those. Overall, I don't hate the artist, but you can kind of see that, you know, when we get into like these album modes, some of them put like the hunger in it. Like Rick Ross Hunger and Pin to the Cross. It's so weird to hear it in 2020, but you can kind of hear the hunger. Yeah, so with that being done, yo, I just talk about these albums. They're great. Gator Juice WRLD out. Credit is due where it's supposed to be. And Gator Juice WRLD song Smile is great, but it's just the Weeknd's not like being really like mad at some of his vocals just kind of ruined the song. As I told you, WAP was just like a 2 out of 10. Just wasn't my song. Twist and Turn, I told you I had 3 different ratings, 4 different ratings. All I Need, I will listen to and add that to this, but I don't. It was good the first listen, the second listen it was good. The albums, you get to a certain point in all of these albums, and it felt like filler. Extreme filler. Some songs feel like filler, some of them didn't, most of them, some of them did. You have like one song with filler or 2 songs with filler, then a good song, then a third filler, 3 songs. You know, it's good, but it's just like it's not like putting it to the cross where like Rick Ross was like, he was like, you know, we don't have to worry about this or that, and it was we had war, you know, it was like that. It was good, it was detailed, it was like now it was current, and he was kind of like speaking to stuff that I could relate to. I can relate to all of these songs, but it's just that you kind of get to these songs and it's just like, maybe it's my age, but I don't really like club songs no more like that. So overall, I think I gave Smile a 5.2. Twist and Turn 4.2. Tried to go to 5, but it's just not there. Each verse is like 3, 4, and 5. Couldn't really give it like a 6 rating. The 2 Chainz and Lil Wayne verse, I gave that a 3 out of 10. I like Wayne's verse. I love 2 Chainz verses. I don't want a club mix. All I Need with the Drake feature, I gotta give it like on my first try I gave it like a 5, right? Second time I gave it like a 5.1. So 5.1 for All I Need. Rick Ross I already said like an 7.2. Most of these songs I just felt were like kind of filler to me. Not necessarily that I hate filler, but it's just, you know, the album feels like it becomes longer. Like it could have been shortened. That's just kind of how I feel about the songs that came out. What is it, for Friday? Yeah. And that's all wrap. So I realized I never told them album of the year. My album of like the day would have to be the Popcan album. My song of the day is probably definitely between All I Need with the Drake feature or Pin to the Corner. I need to add that to make sure you guys understand that these songs are good, but the lineup is terrible. So it's Pin to the Corner, all I need, all I need with the Drake feature are the top two songs. If we go top three, I'm gonna have to go like the introduction to Limpo, but The Weeknd I'll put in the top four just because there's no other song that was like good with it. But yeah, I do the deluxe laters.